Alright, what's up, y'all? So, just made Legend yesterday, and one of the things I was wondering was on the way to Legend, why so many people were playing Aggro Paladin. I think I played them 5 or 6 times, maybe 7, and I beat them, I think, all but one time. So, and I think the time I lost, I was playing Aggro Demon Hunter? So, I'm investigating. it it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but there must be a reason people are playing it outside of just that it's budget. So I'm giving it a run, just gonna see. I think people always gravitate towards budget decks. There's something about being able to get max value for minimum investment. And in my experience, it doesn't always feel like a super like high level, high like a deck that requires high skill. Like you play dudes, you attack with dudes. There's some sequencing that can take some skill, but I'm not super sold on the viability of the deck, and I figured since I already made Legend, and I'm not I'm not usually considered with or concerned with like maximizing my Legend ranking number. So I figure let's give it a try and see what all the fuss is about. I've really only played this deck like a handful of times, done a couple of videos on it before. I think this is going to be like part 3 of that video series, something like that. I don't hate Maul here. But I think there are better things I can draw. Like Busybot would be much better. Ooh, speak of the devil. Yeah, probably going to go turn 2 Maze Guide, turn 3 Flame, and then Busybot. Ideally turn 4 Crusader Aura and then win. But I assume other things are going to happen. Yeah, like that's bad. That's very bad. So this gets Hand of a Doll, which would make it a 3/3. So the problem is if I go Maze Guide, I would want something that's got more than like 3 or more health, which means that I would likely get something, which would mean it's worse for Busybot. So I'm considering Violet Treasure Guild actually. Because yeah, I go Maze Guide, I'm probably going to lose 2 guys next turn. Treasure Guild at least ensures I don't lose 2/3 of my minions. Plus I get to draw a card, so I get a little more gas. That's helpful. I could go like Flame Elemental Hero Power next turn, and then Maze Guide Busybot the following turn. But that does, like, the longer the game goes, the worse it is, so that opens me up to rogue shenanigans. As expected. Ooh. Okay, so either way I was going to lose all my guys. And this is exactly the problem with Aggro Paladin. A little bit of pressure and you have a really hard time keeping up. I think this is the way to go. It's not good, but I think it gives us the best chance at doing something. Okay, that's a little helpful at least. I assume they're gonna hero power. No, okay. Very interesting. I figured hero power would be the best way to go there, just to ensure I have no minions next turn, or have minimal minions next turn. Yeah, you don't really want to be concerned, at least in my experience, you don't want to be concerned with killing the Aggro Paladin player. You just want to kill all their minions. Getting a bunch of dudes on the board is cool and all, but... Ooh. Okay, that's pretty helpful. So one of these will die when it takes any damage. I think Coconut Cannoneer into Busybot is my best play here. I could Crusader Aura, but that feels kind of like a waste because I'm likely just going to lose all my guys. So we'll do this. And I think just attacking their face is the best option here.
Repent.
Cool.
Dead end.
Alright. So it could get tricky from here, but this is at least a decent board position.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
I think in this position I would prefer Flash Sale over Crusader Aura. It is less damage, but it would give me a Taunt Divine Shield minion, which would help me. It would protect my guys a little bit and give me the ability to keep attacking. I don't know if another one of these guys is going to die if it takes damage, so this should be interesting to see how it works out. That's awesome. Okay. That's fantastic. I think we just play more guys here. Crusader Aura is just not very good in this position. It gives +2/+1, so this would become a 3/5, which would mean it takes 2 guys to kill it. Or no, did I say 3/5? 4/5. So I could actually... I could kill this guy, but I don't think that's a very good idea. I mean, then obviously I lose it on the backswing, and I assume they've got other things here. Like, they've got 1 Dark Gift minion, 2 Dark Gift minions still.
I must move quickly.
I could go wide, actually. You know, let's go wide.
Reporting for duty.
Let's see how this works out. So if they want to kill 2 guys, that's cool. Or even 3, I guess.
Well.
Interesting. They're not prioritizing killing my minions as much as I feel like they should. Obviously, Elise is a fantastic card. But if I had Busybot and, like if I draw Busybot and then I play Crusader Aura, they're in a pretty rough spot. Flash Sale would also be phenomenal here. I think Crusader Aura is the way to go, depending on how many minions, though. I usually like to do Crusader Aura with at least 3 minions. Sometimes 4, just really depends on the position.
Rock number 802, welcome to the collection.
Okay, so yeah, I think we just Crusader Aura here. It's not amazing, but it's what we got. Let's do this as well.
Reporting for duty. To battle.
Yeah, the Wind Fury on Elise is pretty unfortunate. Okay, yeah. This game is probably over.
I remember this place well.
Yeah, I was hoping they didn't have the copy a minion ability on that. Sometimes you just don't get it. So very unlikely I can come back from this, but we'll see. Maul would be cool. Pretty much anything that draws me cards, like Violet Treasure Guild's not amazing, but it does draw a card. Oof, okay, yeah, super dead. Cannoneer. Yeah, we just dead, because this is 26 power right here. 10, 14, 20, 26. I'm at 26, yeah.
Well played. The victory is yours.
What better way to ruin a legend rating than with silly aggro decks? But like I said, I don't care too much about the number. I'm just happy I made it to legend. If you haven't seen the legend run video series I did, the last, by the time this video comes out, the last parts of the legend run are going to be up. Went with Aggro Demon Hunter for the first little stint. That got me up to about Diamond, I think, and then did a little Dragon Warrior, and then made the final push with Cliff Dive Demon Hunter. Cliff Dive Demon Hunter is very good. If I cared about my legend rating, then I would be playing Cliff Dive Demon Hunter and just grinding those games out. Because, yeah, surprisingly, very, very well positioned in the metagame right now. Okay, so against Shaman, I don't know that I can keep any of these. I'm tempted to keep Maul. Sometimes I think it's correct to keep Maul. Like, in this position, I'm very tempted because it'll help me get things out of the way. Like, it deals with Frosty Decor minions. 4 is obviously a little late for this deck. It's literally the top end. But I don't hate it, so I'm going to give it a try. It's been a hot minute since I've played this deck, so this could be very wrong, but we'll see. And it's also arguable because I had the coin that I keep Crusader Aura and just try to go as aggro as possible, but let's do this. Yeah, like if I had a Wisp in this hand, whew, that would be very good. Because then I could go turn 2 Maze Guide, attack for 6. Oh no, sorry, not Busybot. But yeah, if I had Busybot, I could just swing for 6 on turn 2. And if there was a Wisp in there, that would have been a bigger reason to keep Crusader Aura.
The exit is this way.
Ay, of course it's a Cannoneer. Well, I wish I put it on the left, but the odds seemed very, very low of that. Okay, Muster for Battle's interesting. I assume the Cannoneer is going to die next turn.
Let me think.
But I think what I do here is I muster for battle, and then I go pop this, attack with the weapon at the same guy, and then if this doesn't shoot the same guy, then 1 more minion at it, which isn't great, but let's see. Nope, okay. I could Platosaur also, but I think this gives me a decent chance of a reasonable... Jeez, just can't hit anything. So if I attack with this, and this actually hits the bellhop, I could kill it with... Yeah, I think it's worth the risk. Come on. Dang! Alright, fine. Fine. It seemed like it was worth the risk. It was a 50-50 shot. Oof, okay. Slimes are not good. Hagatha's a very good card. Interesting attack. Okay, I would have expected them to kill a guy.
For justice.
So we're gonna flash sale here, because that gives me a little bit of protection from the attack back. Well, okay, Crusader Aura would deal 8 more, so that would be hitting them for 12.
Let me think.
As opposed to 8. Yeah, let's run it.
Fire and spark!
To battle! To battle!
To battle!
The other play that I was considering but seemed much worse was... Oh, wow. That's pretty good. The play I was considering that seemed much worse was Maul, because then I kill Hagatha, attack, and then they've got a clear board, which, you know. What are you going to do? Okay, so let's just throw some guys out here, see what we draw. Excellent. I would like to flash sale, though. So I'm definitely going to Wisp. So that weapon off of Muradin is in their hand now, so they can kill 2 more guys.
Let me think.
I'm definitely
For
doing
justice.
this. I think the flash sale is the way to go here, because I could spam the board, but if they... Okay, timeout. How much does that weapon cost? It costs 6, so they can only do that weapon next turn. Only issue is there's that shaman spell where you give something like +1 attack, and then whenever it attacks, it deals 2 damage to all enemies. That would be brutal.
Quickly.
So I think with that in mind, just to play around that, I'm going to flash sale instead of spamming the board. Yeah, most of the skill that this deck requires is just what you're playing around, in my opinion. Ah, that's annoying. So that Maul, I think, was a bad keep earlier, because it's just sitting around in the hand. But thankfully we've got Crusader Aura still active. Ooh, very nice. Let's do this, and then we hit them for... Yeah, that's game. We won one. What a concept. I almost expected to go like 0-4 and be like, I'm done. But we're 1-1. That's fair.
Uther versus Garrosh. Victory or death. I will fight with honor.
Interesting hand. I kind of want to keep Treasure Gill. It is more likely that they are Dragon Warrior in my experience on the ladder, but at Legend, Control Warrior might be incentivized because if you're just grinding games, then it doesn't matter how long they take. On the ladder, I feel like time is a little bit of a factor, because you don't, like, if you're on the ladder, you don't want to be sitting around for like 20-30 minute games, because it's going to take so long to actually get to Legend. But once you're here, I guess things are a little different. I like Treasure Guild, but I'm not sure it's a keep here. I think I would much rather spam the board with 1-drops, Because if they are a control warrior, I want to try and kill them by like turn 4. Yeah, this is fine. It is arguable that I should hold the Wisp for like turn 2 or something, but like if you have Busy Bot, it's amazing to blast the thing out. They are control. Alright, I guess my logic was decent there. Yeah, we're just gonna spam the board and hope for the best here. I think that's the best plan against a control warrior. They are bound to have some removal, but not until turn 4 or 5 in my experience. So, Busy Bot, Coconut Cannoneer, Maze Guide, anything like that would be great draws. Muster for Battle would be insane. Wow. Okay, that's not good. Ugh. Yeah, I think we just... I don't know that Cannoneer is correct, but I think throwing that in the middle is okay. Because it gives us a little bit of damage next turn when we Crusader Aura. Because I'm assuming they'll probably play like the spell that gives them an extra mana, and then attack this and pass and just pray. In which case the Coconut Cannoneer could help me get rid of the Dirty Rat a little easier, depending on how the cannons go. Yeah, this is going to be a blowout on one side or the other, so I don't think we have much of a choice in the matter. So let's just go for it. Either it's a blowout win for me, or they blow me out with like one piece of removal. Cool. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. I almost want a Busy Bot instead, but that does give them the opportunity to play the 4-mana guy that deals 2 damage to all minions. I could maul.
Let me think. Move quickly.
Yeah, I think I gotta go for this. Because then I just go here. Hopefully that pokes it. Awesome. Let's do that. Minimize damage to my guys. Okay, so Busy Bot is useless, but if I Busy Bot and then he clears the board, I'm just totally screwed. So this at least gives me a little bit higher chance to make it, I think. Sure. Okay, they're digging for answers, so maybe Busy Bot would have been good. So they're giving me minions while I have an active Crusader Aura. I'm not sure that was the right call. That's a very interesting thing to do. There's another Crusader Aura. Yeah, I don't know why they thought giving me 3 more minions was a good idea, but we'll see what happens here. They could just brawl. Ah, Hostile Invader. I always thought it cost 4. It cost 5. So I guess I was playing around the wrong thing. I should have Busy Bot and then Crusader Aura this turn, and I probably would have won.
For justice.
Believe it or not, I think I'm going to flash sale here. I don't want to show them the mall yet, so give them a little bit of an impression they're safe. Okay, that's manageable. So they're at 13, I have 6, this would be 7, 8, 9, 10.
Reporting for duty.
Another hostile invader or another brawl would be rough. Okay. Ah, fine. Okay. Ooh, good draw. Okay, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just span the board.
The exit is this way.
Not what I was hoping for. I mean, I guess that they'll give me spells, but... And Busybot only pumps if they have one attack, so I can't play both, so I'm going to do this and this. Another hostile invader would be backbreaking.
Well played. All forms of life
There it is.
will be crossed.
Ooh, giving me a new heights. Okay.
Planetary decimation.
Hmm.
Reporting for duty.
Hey, I got you, friend.
For justice.
Very likely still dead, but... Yeah, okay, we're done.
Victory is
So yeah, if I had played the busy bot... okay, so I have to remember Hostile Invader costs 5, not 4. I think that cost me the game. Yeah, I always thought Hostile Invader was really good. I'm like, how is that card 4 mana? No, it's not. It's not. But yeah, like I said, the skill mainly lies in what you're playing around. And if you're playing around the wrong things, that will cost you games. It must be pretty annoying to the Legend players when they get paired up against Aggro Paladin. They're like, I thought I was done with this crap. They're like, what is this budget nonsense? Yeah, this is your reminder to like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I hate asking, it always feels so disingenuous, but it makes a big difference for the channel, so yeah, big thank you to you guys that are following. I really appreciate you guys. Well, taking our sweet, sweet time to find a match here. against another paladin. If this is the mirror, I swear.
I will fight with honor.
I feel like the odds of this being the mirror are so low. I like Maze Guide. I'm not sure this is enough to really make a big impact, though. I'm tempted to throw back Maze Guide, but having a for sure 1/2 drop is, I think, okay. Yeah, let's give it a try. If they are a paladin, it's very unlikely they have removal turn 1. So I could just run the Platasaur. I normally don't like Platasaur turn 1 because it does create issues. Like I've drawn Crusader Aura off of it and then lost it because the Platasaur died. But let's run it. Into a Platasaur. Okay. Don't care if I lose that.
The light dims, but we fight.
That's annoying. Sure. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I hope I get a Righteous Protector off that. Alright, we're gonna do that. So now turn 3, I've got Maze Guide and a 1-drop, and turn 4, Flash Sale. Hopefully they're not actually Aggro Paladin. I think them being Aura or Bubble, yeah, seems very likely Bubble Paladin. I can just play 3 guys. Maze Guide's normally a little better, though.
The exit is this way.
Cool, yeah. And we're gonna drop the Mermy.
Repent.
Yeah, I want to say Bubble Paladin is a decent matchup. Early game, they don't have a ton that is super relevant against me. Ooh, jeez. Well, I would love to play Busybot, but I think Flash Sale is better here. Yeah. So I've got the double Firefly for the Busybot. I don't think Bubble Paladin or Aura Paladin normally plays Consecration, which makes this matchup significantly harder for them. Because if they go like Tank Engineer or Elise or something, like, sure, those are good cards, but they don't really do anything that's relevant in this situation. Another Hard Light Protector would be helpful, but okay, no Mashora is good. That's something at least. Yeah, I think I just keep attacking here. I'm not going to drop anything. Gonna let them deal with this stuff, and then I can just drop another swarm of guys and then pump them with Busybot. Hopefully drawing another Crusader or a Flash Sale. Maul would also be really good right here. Nomelia? Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to do enough, sadly. Crusader Aura off the top? That would be dope. Well, maybe not. Okay, I like Maul. Okay, so the thing to consider here is Maul could draw Flash Sale or Crusader Aura. So I think I should play it this turn. I'd like to hit their face, but I could just smack this guy and then trade here. I think that's reasonable, actually. It's not ideal. there's a flash sale. Let's do that. And then we're gonna throw this, this, and this out there. So then next turn I have Busy Bot and Flash Sale available. Boo. That's annoying. Ooh, look at that. Good old Cannoneer.
Let me think.
Yeah, I think I just stick with this plan here.
For justice.
Let's actually do this and this, and then we hit them.
For justice.
Hopefully drawing a Crusader Aura? Okay, well, the Maul is fine. Maul will definitely draw Crusader Aura.
Mistakes of the
Dang! How rude.
For justice.
Reporting for duty.
Of course. Crusader Aura, another Chronological, and Mechatorque. Alright, well this just got a lot harder. Get my guys back on their turn, but they could just kill me on their turn. So I think I'm just dead. Yeah, nothing I can really do that would matter.
Wonder.
Yeah,
Well played.
by the skin of their teeth.
The victory is yours.
And Amelia was pretty helpful. Anachronos, yeah, that's why they play Anachronos. Sometimes you just need a couple turns to drop Gelbin. Alright, so after 4 games, 1 and 3. Like I said, I don't think this deck is very good, and outside of that Busy Bot misplay against Control Warrior, I think I'm playing pretty tight. So what are you going to do? Long waits. I did not expect this. I guess there's not too many people at this ranking? I don't think it's my internet. Yeah, only bad thing about HS Replay is it hides the ranking of your opponent because it's hidden under this thing on the side here.
Uther versus Valera.
There's no way for me to do this, huh?
I will fight with honor.
Nope, can't move it. Well, I'll have to fiddle with that, see if I can drop this down a teeny bit. Because that would be helpful. What to do here? I don't think I keep Hand of a Doll, but yeah, 2 1-drops and a coin is great. Um, thought about Mermy Righteous Protector, but I'm going to start with these guys. I think... yeah, I don't think they're going to use removal on these so early, so that would be the only benefit of Mermy or Righteous Protector. They're just a little harder to kill. But yeah, probably not a big deal. Of course it's got Rush. Okay. So now I think I go Righteous Protector Mermy, because that gives me a little insulation from that. And if they want a hero power and attack my Righteous Protector with their 3/1, I'm okay with that trade. Seems totally fine. So drawing Aura or Flash Sale would be really good here, because I would love to muster for battle into that without having to maul. But I will likely have to maul to get those. Interesting. Okay. I didn't even look at what that guy does. Deal 3 damage to each hero. Fascinating. I guess they did that just for sake of combo off of Nightmare Fuel? Why would they want a minion from my deck, though? It doesn't seem very good. All my minions are little weenies.
The light dim.
Ah, that's a pretty good one. So how do I play this here? Yeah, I think I got a muster for battle. I think that's just the right call. Yeah, I don't want to, but I feel like I need to get rid of that Righteous Protector, so...
For justice.
Repent.
And thankfully I'm only losing one guy in the process, otherwise I would have been much more hesitant. Could have just waited for Maul next turn, but I think that sets me up for next turn. I could still draw Aura off the top. That would be very helpful here. Sure. Yeah, I think we just do this. I could drop more guys, but...
For justice. The battle. The battle.
Yeah, it seems like an okay position. Not great. But...
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
Dubious Purchase would be really annoying here. Okay. Sure. Ooh, good draw. So... I think we go Crusader Aura, believe it or not. Let me see what I draw for this. If I draw Flash Sale, that's happening. Yeah, okay. Because then I can just go like this and this. And then Crusader Aura is much better positioned. Yeah, one thing that's worth considering is sometimes the cheapest decks get the worst wraps because the player that doesn't have any resources to be able to buy good cards is likely going to be a worse player. So maybe stuff like budget, Aggro Paladin is, dang, that sucks. Maybe Aggro Paladin is just not favored too much in...
For justice.
Yeah, maybe it just gets a bad rap because there's bad players playing it. That's very possible. Because it's obviously got power. But it's not inherently powerful like, you know, Death Knight or something. Like the cards are, it's a mishmash of cards that have some synergy, but a very fragile synergy. As opposed to, you know, Demon Hunter, Death Knight, Shaman, stuff like that, where like the cards are inherently powerful, and then if they're also synergistic, you're getting a huge bonus.
You asked for it.
I will fight with honor.
I don't know that I want to go Platasaur into Busybot. So the problem with Mage is that they have that Chalice. 1 mana, 2 damage split among enemies, and then they can cast it 3 times. So that in the first 2 turns could be very backbreaking, so I need... I do need a little bit of help there, so... I am actually tempted to keep this, because... like, Busybot's great. I don't know that I can keep Platasaur in good conscience, though. Beaming Sidekick could be very helpful here. I think Beaming Sidekick is likely... It's likely a... Yeah, it's likely a mulligan normally. But in this situation, I think it gives me a little bit of help. Interesting, okay.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Yeah, if they got Chalice, then I'm tempted to just concede. That would be real bad. Come on. Coil? For real? Yeah, Busybot is not amazing here, but
Going to be okay.
I think any insulation I can get from damage is good. Actually, wow! Okay. That's great. So after 6 games, 3-3. So 4 more games. I normally like to do a good 10 games.
Uther versus Anduin.
A just cause is always worth fighting for.
I will fight with honor.
So if they play turn 1, catch of the day, I'm in big trouble. But I think Righteous Protector into Beaming Sidekick is something. That's like that's a very good start. Oh.
My blood boils for war.
Okay, that's incredibly confusing.
The light dims, but we fight.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Now Lo had many adventures.
Okay, so we're playing against some kind of priest aggro deck. This is baffling.
When I shoot ya, it's gonna hurt.
It's going to be okay.
Please hit it. Please. Fine.
Repent.
Fine. I guess I should have put the wisp on the other side.
My blood boils for war.
Well, this looks like a very cool deck. So these get +1 attack until your next turn. What do we draw? Okay.
Hey, I got you, friend.
I think this is the play. Dang, alright, that sucks. So we're just trading resources at this point. There's catch of the day. Big bummer. This is a very cool deck. Okay, so in a pretty bad position now. Sure.
When I shoot ya, it's gonna hurt.
Mysterious orb.
Not good, okay.
Wisdom.
Yeah, they're playing a very cool deck, but doesn't seem like a very good deck. They're pretty slow. I'm very surprised. Busybot could be okay here. I kind of like Flash Sale though. If this is a counterspell, that's pretty rough though.
Reporting for duty.
So let's see. Explosive Trap when your hero is attacked.
Let me think.
Yeah, attacking their minions seems pretty bad, as well as attacking their face. I think I gotta just sit here, honestly. Oh, that seems so bad. If I attack any of their minions and they get a water elemental or freezing trap would be okay, but like snake trap or Oasis Alley would be really bad. It was freezing trap and Oasis Alley. Okay, so super glad I played around that. And naturally they have another.
Well known.
2 mage secrets. So at least I can attack their hero. Okay, so just in case they have Counterspell, we're going to lead with this. Bingo! Yeah, I think it's a testament to how mediocre their deck is that they haven't just killed me yet, because they've dealt with my threats and I'm just starting to come back a little bit. So maybe they had a bad draw, but this doesn't seem ideal for them. That's annoying. Well, I have no more Hand of Adal, so Violet Treasure Guild doesn't do anything. I think I gotta play Maze Guide and sadly Crusader Aura. Wow! Yeah, they gotta attack that next turn, sure. I mean, they can definitely clear my board still, but... What? What are they playing? Yeah, I think we're just dead now.
Reporting for duty.
Reporting for duty.
What? What is happening? Yeah, no, not doing this. Not doing this. That was the weirdest deck I've seen in a long time. Sure, you play Ziliax. Of course you do. Alright, so after 7 games, 3 and 4. 3 more games. What in the holy hell just happened? Yeah, it takes a surprising amount of time to find a game lately. Averaging about 8 minutes a game. Some of them were obviously much less.
Uther versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin. I will fight with honor.
I like Treasure Guild, but I definitely need a 1-drop here. Very likely I'll draw at least one. I could do this. Seems a little worse. This is probably correct. Not bad.
The light dims, but we fight.
Let's see Busy Bot off the top. I think this is fine.
Repent.
Yeah, I thought about Muster for Battle, but I decided on Violet Treasure Guild because having 2 3/3s is a pretty solid position here. For this deck, that's pretty uncommon. Unless you've pumped them, so... now I think Muster for Battle is better. Because I'm totally fine with doing this. I'm just bashing.
Repent.
Totally fine with that. I just need some pumps. Aura or flash sale. There's about a 20% chance I will draw a pump spell here, so it's possible. Alright. Fine. Let's just continue
Repent.
attacking.
To battle. To battle.
To battle!
Yeah, this sucks for them. They're just getting nowhere. It's not very often you have a draw like this and just get there. Okay, so with Muster for Battle, they're dead.
Well played.
To battle!
To battle. To battle.
For justice.
Alright, 4 and 4. 50% so far. Yeah, I'm still baffled by whatever that guy was playing, the priest player. It's very interesting.
Uther versus Malfurion!
Cenarius, guide me to victory. I will fight with honor.
Normally Beaming Sidekick is not a keep. I don't think I can keep Cannoneer in good conscience here either. Cool, that's fine. Yeah, Cannoneer when you got a Wisp is way better. I'm not happy about the Platosaur, but hopefully I draw another 1-drop. Perfect.
Happy New Year, champion!
Sure, okay. Good old Maze Guide. Well, Maze Guide has a lot more potential than Cannoneer does here, I think. Nice, that's a good one. Wow. Surprising attack.
When I shoot ya, it's gonna hurt.
Dead end.
Busybot would be the best right now. I mean, Crusader Aura would be the best. Aye. Well done. And I had the Busybot. Okay. Well, let's just run it. Yeah, I want to say I should have played around Swipe, but I don't know that I could have played around it at all. So what does this put them at? 14.
The light dims, but we fight.
Reporting for duty.
All of history is under my gaze.
Totally fine. Show me Crusader Aura. Yes. Alright, that's how it's done. Alright, last game here. See if we can end this with a 60% win percentage. So AI is everywhere, right? Makes me wonder, at what point does AI just figure out what the best decks are and what the best deck for any particular metagame is? Because, kind of like how, when was it? I think 96 was the first time a human was beaten by a machine in chess. At what point does AI become the best Hearthstone player? You know? Like if they have access to all the cards and they can play infinite amount of games and see all the possibilities, every percentage of every version of every deck, at what point is that just the way that we know what to play? That takes all the fun out of it. I hate that type of stuff. But I think as AI develops, those are the type of things that eventually will get infiltrated. Okay, that's enough tinfoil for now. I'll take the tinfoil hat off. This hand seems pretty good, honestly. Yeah, I think I just keep this. Turn 1, Protector Mermy. Ooh. How rude. Turn 1, Double Protector, maybe?
The light dims, the light dims. We fight, we fight.
Yeah, going Double Protector in theory, doesn't tell that I'm on Aggro Paladin yet, because I could be playing, like, Aura Paladin, just got double Protector on the coin. Yeah, we gotta kill Scout. Scout is an incredible card. It's way too good for them.
Repent.
And I think we gotta do that too.
Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory.
That's fine. Ooh. Okay, so we're just gonna go wide. And hopefully Crusader Aura will be backbreaking for them. Wow. Okay, do I have any... That's a mech. And that's nothing. So I'll get... So the Busy Bot and the Mermy are going to get pumped by this guy at the end of the turn. That's fantastic.
Repent. Repent.
Who could put a price on such powerful artifact? I could.
Okay, so they get to draw 3 cards off of that amulet. But I don't know that it matters too much.
Repent.
Seems pretty likely we're going to take this down.
Astounding.
Thank you. Thank you.
Astounding.
Okay, dude. We get it. You lost. Hurry up and lose. Yeah, that's not going to get there. They can take that out. They can kill the maze runner, maze guy. Yeah, they're still very dead.
Well fought.
All right. So actually, better than I expected to do. 6-4, 60%. Played against a decent amount of decks. No Death Knight in there. That's actually worth noting. I think Death Knight would have made mincemeat out of us very easily. Could have gone 7-3, I think, in that control. If I had won that Control Warrior matchup. I still think that Busy Bot play cost me the game. But, yeah, decent deck. I mean, seems worth playing. Seems very matchup dependent. Also, worth noting, the mage player that I played against, I don't know that the Protoss mage runs the Chalice drink spell, and that is pretty backbreaking early on in the game against us. So, yeah, very interesting, worth playing. Not sure I would recommend it to people, but if this is your only option, it's a good option. I think Elemental Mage is probably better than this in terms of matchups if you're going for a budget deck. I had somebody ask in the comments recently, like, what's the best budget deck to use to get to Legend? And I think Elemental Mage is my answer. I think Aggro Paladin, it's fine, but I don't know that you're going to have a very easy time to get to Legend. It could be proven wrong. I'm open to being wrong there. But I think Elemental Mage has a lot more versatility and a lot more like explosive potential. While they don't play things like Crusader Aura, I think if you clear their board, on turn 1, 2, and 3, they still have the opportunity to play things that can then catch back up and regain the momentum they lost. So, yeah, don't forget to like and follow and all that fun stuff that I hate asking for, but makes a big difference. Thank you to you guys that are already following, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace and love.